So this is going to be on my first and only Rolex. The year was right around 2012, and I had been wanting a particular kind of Rolex. I've been wanting a Rolex for quite some time by this point, and I wanted to get something that was unique and, as I've said in other videos, made my heart sing. So I fell in love with the Datejust. I was looking for a watch that could, obviously tell the time, tell the date, and it's a Rolex. Nothing too ostentatious, but you know, something that if seen, yep, that's a Rolex. Looked at the prices at Datejust, looked at the styles, couldn't really get what I wanted, and that's when I came across the Oyster Perpetual Date. And I saw what I wanted. It had a Jubilee bracelet. It had a bezel that was not the common fluted bezel. This was going to be a turn bezel engine bezel that I had never seen before, and I wanted it to have a couple other subtle but unique aspects to the watch. And so I ordered this watch at that time off of eBay. There was no Chrono 24 at the time, and I really wasn't able to get what I wanted from a dealer. It was going to be too difficult, too pricey, all kinds of other issues associated with getting a watch. Looking on eBay, I came to realize that the kind of watch I was looking for with the date, uh, with the white face, was going to be something that wasn't really on a Jubilee bracelet. And so I searched and searched and searched, and one day I came across a listing from a reputable source with a Jubilee bracelet. I was kind of surprised, and said it had everything but the papers. And at that time, I wasn't. I was more just interested in getting the exact watch. And so what you're going to see is the unboxing that takes place here. And the dealer sent everything out, came in the box, came with everything original. And then actually about a week later, they mailed and said that they had the original papers and mailed those to me. So now I basically had a complete watch. The only things to this day that I know that I was missing was the original hanger tag and the seal, the wax seal that a lot of these watches came with. I replaced the wax seal. I found that online. That was no problem, and I'll never be able to get the hanger tag, which is minor in today's, collecting. Everyone is focused on the papers and the box and things of that nature, along with the watch. Getting the watch, um, when I got it, it definitely had been well worn. They cleaned it up. They did a good job. It ran well. I've never had a problem with the watch, but it was really impressive to see it. I was really thrilled to finally own a Rolex. It looked great. It hit all the notes. It even had the sticker on the back, which now I know is considered new old stock. It had been pretty well worn. The person who owned the watch never removed the sticker indicating the model number for this particular watch. And at the time, what little I knew about Rolex and the research I'd done, I stated that this watch didn't seem correct to be on a Jubilee bracelet. I thought that was an error. And they did too. So they worked with me on the price, and I ended up getting this watch for about $2,000 on eBay. A lot of money for me, but definitely it hit all the notes. It was what I was looking for. When it showed up, there were a couple little imperfections. I noticed one of the balls had fallen loose that was for the illumination, and it was rolling around inside the watch. Um, but from what I could tell in all looks, this seemed to be an original Rolex. There didn't seem to be anything that led me to believe that. But in the back of my head, I was never 100% sure, and nor was I going to take the watch apart. The only way that I was going to feel sure that this watch was authentic and real was to get it serviced. And so you're going to see in this video kind of the before, and the next video is going to show the after of what happens when I finally do decide to take the watch and see if Rolex will prove whether it's real or not. Stay tuned.